We're back today to the 4:3 ratio because it's just so artsy and cinematic. Today, I actually just had this thought literally like 5 minutes ago, and it was just the two words professional beginner, and I've been like meditating on, I guess, that phrase for only a few minutes since it popped in my head. I don't even know if I came up with that. I bet if I were to Google it, people are already calling themselves that. But I realize that is my dream job. Like, I want to be a professional beginner. And I think I'm already doing that. I'm already like, I mean, the word job is so loaded, but if we remove the word job out of the equation, I am embarking on a journey of becoming a professional beginner. Um, and it's just cool. It's cool to let myself try things. It's cool to, here, let me try to get comfy. I like still, okay, here's another thing. I was like really into making, oh my god, I'm like blinded right now. Maybe I should close that. Wait, I might need to close the window. Give me a sec. Freakishly bright. Okay, it's probably gonna be real dark now, but it's alright. Okay, yeah. Yeah, when I was a kid, I really liked making videos and I was really passionate about it. Like, it was so fun for me. I was living with my aunt for a while and she had this, what's a good way of describing this cat? This cat was like low-key a little evil. And but it was my first time like having a pet and living with an animal, so I was still obsessed with her, the cat. And I made these videos with the cat in it, and it was like these really like comedic videos too. I mean comedic for like a middle schooler, you know. But I think that's part of why like when I was in middle school, I really wanted to like have a YouTube channel. And I mean, that wasn't the only reason. I also like I've always just loved YouTube. Ever since I was introduced to YouTube, I've always loved YouTube. Like, I don't even watch TV that much. I'm just such a YouTube person, which maybe is a lot of people these days when it comes to entertainment. But anyway, oh my god. The reason why I was saying that is because even though I was really into it like in middle school for like a couple of years, I never really like looked a lot into cinematography, and the way I've been filming my videos have definitely been very like minimal, just because like that's another thing I was just trying to challenge myself on, was like creating like imperfect, like non-polished content. But I do want to learn more cinematography, if that's even the right word, like filmmaking. I was watching a few videos and like about lighting, and I don't know, it's just interesting. And I am someone with multiple interests. I don't know if I could say like, well, I do have multiple passions too, but I feel like I have like multiple passions, but then the several different interests I have, it has to be like at least 20. And of course, they're all different, like varying levels of interest. But there's just so many things I want to try, and I put up all these barriers around like me not being able to try certain things, like ever since I was young, because there's just also this thing where it's like the older you grow, like, and this is what's interesting about being like an adult beginner at something, like being an adult learning something new, is that there's always this like idea that like the time is up, like you didn't learn something early enough, so therefore it's too late to learn it. And I know like multiple people like experience that and have that as kind of this limiting belief, and I'm absolutely one of those people. Like, it just felt like because I hadn't started certain things when I was 12, even though when I was 12, I was literally fighting for my life. Like, it's crazy that we put all this pressure on ourselves, even knowing the circumstances we were under when we were children. But anyway, that aside, like, as long as you're alive, you really can, like, learn something new. And you just have to really want to learn how to do it, which is, like, something I've already touched on, like, multiple times in this 30 days of videos. If you can understand me, I said 30 days of videos. I realize sometimes when I do that sing-song voice, especially in person, people really have no idea what I'm saying. Which could be just because I'm not singing it loud enough, but anyway, that's what I said. But yeah, like, what was I even trying to say? Wow. Being a professional beginner, I realized that's what makes me happy. Like, not having that pressure to be good at something or eventually be a pro, but just to be someone who tries things and goes through that, like, transition period of not being good at it, and maybe, like, what if I'm never even good at it? Like, oh, I've seen people talk about this when it comes to art too. There was, like, this article posted by, I don't know if it was an editorial, if that's the right word, but, like, my college had this, like, newspaper, or, like, why am I blanking on things? Like, a journalism thingy. God. And someone posted this article saying, like, I'm bad at art, but I love art. It was, like, cooler than that. It was, like, more, like, snappier, like, not clickbaity, but it, like, brought the people in. And just doing things that you're not good at, that you may never be good at. Although, like, of course, it's hard to say until you, like, try something. There's something really cool about that, where it's not to feed your ego, it's not to have people think you're cool and have people praise you, it's literally just for yourself. And I mean, like, kids do it all the time, right? But even as I say that, me as a kid, I was such an overthinker. Like, I was never a risk-taking child. I was too afraid to climb trees because I was afraid I would fall. Like, I was not someone who would, like, a kid that would just do whatever. But I do know there's a lot of children that do that. So me trying new things and being bad at them and being perceived by people as I'm doing them is, like, me living a childhood that I never had. But it's like me going back to my childhood and living it as I should have, which is with no F's. I mean, obviously I give, like, a few F's, but, like, relatively speaking, far less than I've ever given in my entire life. And I'm very much a, like, be scared and do it anyway type of person, where it's like, even when I have those F's, I hope it's obvious what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm trying to not cuss. But, what was I saying? With those F's present, I still proceed and, like, go through the fear, go through the embarrassment, potential humiliation, and do it anyway. And, after enough times, it becomes, you almost just get used to it. And I guess I literally just described exposure therapy, so. But I think I am a big proponent of exposure therapy. I don't know who isn't. Like, how are you going to not be a fan of that? But exposure therapy, self-imposed exposure therapy, has allowed me to spread my wings. And also just the willingness to let my ego be bruised over and over, which kind of goes hand in hand with exposure therapy, I guess, but having those both, working together, arms linked, skipping together, within me, or is that within me? See, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I guess I'm just gonna end this video by saying that I love being a professional beginner, and I think people need to, that needs to be celebrated more. Like, and okay, I guess beyond that, like, it would be so cool to be paid to just like be a beginner at things, to just be someone who tries things. And there are people like doing that, like on YouTube, on social media, on TikTok, whatever. It's just not like phrased that way, but I think conceptualizing work in a way where it's like, it's not something you have to be good at or an expert at, but it's something that you're just doing. I don't know, it just feels like part of it too, which is something I need to meditate on more. But that is all for today on this fine Friday amidst, that word is so hard to say. Amidst, that has to be right. Amidst Mercury retrograde. Yeah, I've been feeling it. Not to be that person, but I've been feeling it. Okay, bye-bye.